ahead and get started. Welcome to the September 27th, 2016 general session, and we'll begin the meeting today with the Pledge of Allegiance led by Commissioner Brown.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Our first item of business is the approval of minutes of the August 30th, 2016 general session.
I'll move for approval of those minutes.
I'll second that.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Minutes have been adopted.
Next, we have the engineer.
Resolution number 689-16, the traffic signal maintenance program for all Franklin County, Ohio, declared necessary and sealed bids to be opened on October 18, 2016 at 2 p.m.
Good morning, Commissioners.
Morning.
Dean Ringgold, County Engineer.
Cornell Robertson, Chief Deputy Engineer.
Commissioners, this is the 17th year we've had a program to maintain our traffic signals through a bidding process. We have 70 signals, we have 5 overhead beacons, 60 school flashers, 13 flashing signs, and all those are LED maintained, but we need to have this put out for bid again.
All right.
Okay, I will move for approval of resolution 689-16.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 689-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 690-16, approval of the Royal M Section 7 subdivision plat, Jefferson Township, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, this subdivision is in the northeast part of the county in Jefferson Township on the south side of Havens Corners Road, west of Wagner Road. This resolution is for the final plat, which is ready for your approval and signature.
Move for approval of resolution 690-16.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 690-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 691-16, report first of the Franklin County Engineer establishing sums of compensation for a portion of the owners of property abutting the Oakhurst Nose Sanitary System Improvement, Franklin County, Ohio, in the amount of $10,000.
Commissioners, this project is in the southwest part of the county in Pleasant Township along Norton Road. This is a sanitary sewer improvement. The first report for right-of-way acquisition has been performed. It includes one property, and the appraisal was based on fair market value. The county engineer's office performed the negotiations, and the sanitary engineer's office will reimburse us for that work.
Great. I'll move approval of resolution 691-16.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 691-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Commissioners, we also would ask a slight favor. We're working with you on the an easement, which is resolution 714-16. If we could maybe go ahead and have that moved up too.
Go ahead.
Sure.
Yep.
Resolution number 714-16, resolution authorizing the execution of an easement to the Ohio Bell Telephone Company doing business as AT&T Ohio for land owned by the Franklin County Commissioners, Franklin County, Ohio.
Commissioners, AT&T needed to have a non-exclusive easement on the west side of Alum Creek Drive, on the east side of our Alum Creek Frevis properties. So we worked out an agreed upon easement that would work with their future improvements there.
All right.
Good. I'll move approval of resolution 714-16.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown.
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 714-16 has been adopted.
Great. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And next we have the Sheriff's Office.
Resolution number 692-16, resolution authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations for the Franklin County Concealed Carry Program.
Morning, Commissioners. Dave Masterson, Director of Administrative Services for Sheriff Scott. Passage of this resolution will appropriate an additional $70,000 to allow for the payment of fees associated with background checks for concealed carry licenses. We're on pace to issue approximately 2,000 more licenses in 2016 compared to 2015. Pending any questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
I'll move approval of Resolution 69216.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 692-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 693-16, resolution authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations for the Franklin County Drug Task Force.
Commissioners, this resolution authorizes an additional $96,000 in the Drug Task Force Fund to get through the remainder of 2016. The additional need is related to anticipated carryover expenses from last year's grant. All of the expenses are paid for by the Ohio Drug Law Enforcement Fund grant, and I ask your approval as well. Thank you.
I'll move approval of Resolution 69316.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 693-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 694-16, resolution authorizing a contract with Atlantic Dive and Supply Incorporated for the provision of the delivery and supply of portable X-ray image capture equipment in the amount of $122,055.
This contract approves the procurement of 3 portable X-ray machines utilized by our bomb squad. Funds for the purchase are provided by a state Homeland Security grant that is being administered by the Franklin County Emergency Management Agency. With no questions, I ask approval of this resolution.
Move approval of Resolution 69416.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 694-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Dave.
And next we have Franklin County Children's Services.
Resolution number 695-16, resolution for the lease agreement with Iscan Cascades, Ohio, for office space located at 5025 Bradenton Avenue, Dublin, Ohio, in the amount of $122,610.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. I'm Alice Maddox with Children's Services. I'm the CFO. Children's Services will be renovating their space at 1919 Frank Road. In the interim, we will need to relocate the staff. We're asking for your approval of a seven-month lease at 5025 Bradenton.
How many staff will be relocated?
86.
Wow. It's a big endeavor.
1919 was established in 1992, and it has not had a major renovation since then.
Yeah.
What is the square footage rate?
It is 1534.
Okay,
And
that's
that's the
reasonable.
rent
It is.
and the operations.
Okay. And do you anticipate coming back for moving expenses, or you've got that in your budget?
We have that in the budget.
So, yeah, it'll be
Yeah.
quite a, we hope, not too bad of an interruption.
Yes.
Okay.
You think 7 months is going to cover you?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Good. I'll move for approval of 69516.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 695-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Sure.
And next we have our Alcohol, Drug, and Mental Health Board.
Resolution number 696-16, resolution authorizing non-general fund supplemental appropriations to support mental health, alcohol, and other drug treatment and prevention services.
Good morning.
Good morning, Commissioners. Jonathan Wiley with the Adam H. Board. Commissioners, we've been spending the last several years implementing a new healthcare management information system that operates very much like an insurance company where we enroll members and pay claims. The system we've been using was around since 1999, so it was time to develop a new one. And we did it in cooperation with Cuyahoga County and Hamilton County to help save money. This resolution is a result of that implementation, so we are currently bringing providers online, so that's the good news. But what we plan for in 2016 is, in order to limit disruption to our providers while we're doing this implementation, we are installing money to the providers and then we'll reconcile afterwards. The reason we need this increase in appropriation It's not because our contracts are increasing, it's the timing of when these contracts will be paid. So roughly 10% of our budget that normally would have been spent next year in 2017 because of this one-year implementation is being used this year. So pending any questions, I ask for your approval of this resolution.
Thank you for anticipating questions. So this is just for people watching or taxpayers. It's all subject to audit anyhow.
Correct.
At a later time.
Correct.
There's nothing
Correct.
different here.
That's
Okay.
correct.
Thank you.
And the consortium of the other counties with you, I think is really good. And I know you've been working hard on that
We
for
have.
several
We have.
years.
It's been a challenging task.
Oh, I
but I'm
know.
happy to report that we're crossing at least a finish line, if not the
That's
finish
great.
line.
I'm real happy to hear that.
Thank you.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 696-16.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 696-16 has been adopted.
Commissioners, if I could also add, I really appreciate the support of the Office of Management and Budget. Zach and Heidi have been great through this whole process, so I just wanted to express that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. And now we have the public defender.
Resolution number 697-16, resolution authorizing a transfer of general fund appropriations for IT upgrades and rental expenses.
Good
Morning,
morning.
Commissioners. Christy Clarizio with the Franklin County Public Defender's Office. This resolution in the amount of $112,293.10 consists of a request for transfer of appropriations in the amount of $26,212.10 from our personal services budget to services and charges. This transfer is needed to fund the purchase of a new server and the costs associated with transferring data to the new server, as well as we received a 5.3% increase in our lease agreement for 373 South High Street that was effective July 1, 2016. The other portion of this request is for supplemental appropriations in the amount of $86,081, and this is for the replacement of 59 tablets in our office for professional staff that they use on a daily basis that are at the end of their life cycle. Pending any questions, I request your approval of this resolution.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 697-16.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 697-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And now we have our Job and Family Services Department.
Resolution number 698-16, resolution approving a contract for case management services between the Franklin County Department of Job and Family Services with the City of Columbus Department of Recreation and Parks and Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging in the amount of $32,000.
Good morning, Commissioners. Lance Porter, representing Job and Family Services. In exchange for one part-time on-site case manager, the Central Ohio Area Agency on Aging will reimburse the agency for the actual costs for the case manager, which will include the salary, the benefits, and a prorated share of the associate supervisor and clerical positions. The case manager will be present on site for up to 20 hours per week. Pending any questions, I ask for the approval of this resolution.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 698-16.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 698-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 699-16, resolution approving a contract with Access to Interpreters LLC for the interpretation and translation services in the amount of $856,289.30.
Commissioners, this is a service that we've long provided and a service that's much needed for our limited English-speaking customers so they can understand what is available to them in Franklin County and what services they're eligible for. And not only to interpretation, they also translate our documents and brochures for the public as well. Pending any questions, I'd ask for the approval of this resolution.
Really important. I'll move for approval of Resolution 699-16.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks.
Aye.
Resolution number 699-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 700-16, resolution approving an amendment to the contract with Arbor ENT LLC, doing business as ResCare Workforce Services for the coordination and management of the Ohio Works First Work Activity Services, an increase of $4,792,441.86 for a total of $12,935,862.32.
Commissioners, ResCare and their local subcontractor partners will continue to provide services covered under the original contract to an estimated 1,000 work-required OWF customers. As well as now they're going to implement their new Roadmaps to Success training program. This program will allow staff and customers to work together to create individualized service plans that will ensure customers not only meet required work assignments, but also better position them to achieve their education and career goals. ResCare and the partners will also work closely with assisting the agency in implementing the state's new comprehensive case management and employment program, or what we refer to as CCMEP. This morning we have Bridget Wolf, Regional Director with ResCare. If there are any questions that the board would like to ask of this.
Be great if she could come forward.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thanks for being here this morning. This is a large increase, and Mr. Porter has outlined what you'll be doing in kind of our JFS speak. Maybe you could give us a little more detail so that viewers and those sitting here today might understand better what that $4 million in tax dollars will be used for.
Sure. Thank you for the opportunity. What we do at ResCare is we work with individuals that are in cash assistance, and we help them ultimately reach self-sufficiency. We've been doing this project since 2012 and have been very successful in increasing the work participation rate for the county. The increase of $1.3 million to this year's contract would go towards instituting the Roadmaps program, which when an individual comes to us, they come to us for 2 weeks. We work with them on getting their daycare in order. We work with them on some computer skills, and then we traditionally put them in a work experience program. So they go out to a work site to ascertain skills that will help them reach self-sufficiency in a career path they want to go towards. The change this year will be to do an additional 2 weeks job readiness program with each individual and really work with them 20 hours a week, hands-on skills, very interactive, to really work with them on what their career path is. So it will expand us from 2 weeks with an individual where they're really out trying to get their personal life in order to be able to work, to be able to say, okay, we'll do that, plus we're going to work with you hands-on, one-on-one for the additional 2 weeks. And then in addition to that, most of the funds, around $700,000, will be allocated for individual training accounts, on-the-job training programs, paid work experience, so we can get them on a career path that will really be the career path of their choice. Also to help with voc education, fill out Pell applications.
Bridget, that sounds terrific, and it sounds like it's a robust program. Do you do any tracking to see that people are actually in work that is going to get them in sustainable jobs that will give them the opportunity to really succeed and get off of benefits and be in a real livable wage situation so that their families are more stable?
Yes.
Long term?
Yes, we do two things. We work with the individual on what their skills and needs are, but then we also work with them very closely on where the high demand jobs are in our community. Because if we head you down a career path where there's very low employment opportunities, maybe that's not the best path when we know that there's very high employment opportunities in another career path.
Mm-hmm.
So we will always work with you on what you want to do, but we also guide you on where the best employment opportunities are for you in the future.
Now, in terms of those employment opportunities, do you have the ways in place to match up those employers with these individuals when they have finished the program?
Yes, we do work very closely with Job and Family Services and do job hiring events, and our local partners are so ingrained in this community with Goodwill and Jewish Family Services and the Urban League.
Right.
So one of the things we've been able to bring to this community and work with this community with is being such an integral part with those partners, and everyone has kind of a different niche and network that they bring together, and every office works together. So if Jewish Family Services has a real good contact that they work with, we all share amongst all of our different partners.
That's great. I will move for approval of Resolution 716.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 700-16 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Resolution number 701-16, resolution approving an amendment to the contract with Franklin County Probate Court for adult protective services guardianship services, an increase of $150,000 for a total amount of $299,999.30.
Commissioners, this resolution will approve guardianship services to adults 60 and older who have been referred to the court by the Franklin County Office on Aging for adult protective services as a result of abuse, neglect, and/or exploitation. If any questions, I'd ask for the approval of this resolution.
Absolutely. I'll move approval of Resolution 701-16.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 701-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 702-16, resolution approving an amendment to subaward agreement with Learning Circle Education Services for the Learning Circle Early Warning Indicator and Intervention System, an increase of $744,000 for a total amount of $1,879,750.
Commissioners, this early warning indicator and intervention system, through the system, educators can analyze attendance, behavior, and core academic performance data to track the performance and identify students who are at risk of falling behind. This amendment will allow 8 school districts and up to 38 community partners to continue utilizing the Learning Circle tool. Additionally, it will also support the development of a customized dashboard for our agency. This will allow our agency to access student data in order to form strategies to achieve desired outcomes, drive funding decisions, and monitor performance of contracted providers. This is estimated to be released and available during the first quarter of 2017 for us. With us today, we have another visitor, and is Barbara Boyd. She's president of Learning Circle Education. If you have any questions or detailed information you'd like about this program as well.
What school districts will be?
I'm sorry, it's I believe it's Columbus City Schools, Southwestern City Schools. If I'm not mistaken, is that correct?
Yeah.
They have 2 on here, and
You said 8. That was a larger group than I
yes, there's a
thought.
few more. I'm sure Barb will be able to help me out here.
Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for the question. So it is Columbus City Schools, Whitehall, Reynoldsburg, United Schools Network, a very high-performing charter, the Graham Schools, also a high-performing charter, KIPP, also a high-performing charter. Who am I missing? Groveport Madison and Gahanna.
Okay.
So those are the 8.
And so this is a, let's see, an increase of $744,000, Barbara. And I know we've worked with you every step of the way to build this program and product, if you will. What enhancements are we getting for that additional money?
The main enhancement that you're getting is to get a dashboard for JFS to use. So they'll be able to monitor the programs that you fund through these agencies. These 38 agencies are included in this. What's exciting about this is you'll now be able to see it going across the districts. So the agencies that work with children maybe in Whitehall, as they move to Columbus, they'll still be able to stay in contact with that child and still provide services. So you're also funding the continuation of funding for the districts and the agencies, which brings a lot of power to this community to understand and triangulate around the child and really make a difference in a child's life.
So when you say agencies, are you referring to for example, Children's Services?
Well, it's like Big Brothers Big Sisters, Boys and Girls Clubs.
nonprofit
direct to the
world.
nonprofit world, correct.
Not our agencies.
Correct,
The nonprofit
correct,
agencies.
correct.
Doesn't it also help the school districts
Yes, ma'am.
themselves that are working with those children and families?
That is correct. And so the power of it is
Right.
that all these adults that are working with the child can all have the same conversation because they
Right.
have the same information. Very
Which is
powerful.
terrific and important.
Mhm.
And it's the first time we've had that opportunity to see that picture
Correct.
of what's going on throughout the community and throughout the county with the school districts. And you're getting more and more of the districts online, which is helpful.
It is very helpful. It helps reduce some of the issues of mobility.
Yeah. Yeah, and so many of our kids are being moved
Mhm.
as families are more mobile. Some by choice, some
Right.
not by choice.
That's right. That's right.
Just a final question there. You will be working with the nonprofit agencies that are non-governmental, but will our governmental agencies, such as Children's Services, continue to still have this data as well?
They can. We haven't made the connections to do all of that work with Children's Services, and we've talked with the Adam H. Board as well. So I think there's still stuff to work out there. We haven't figured all that out yet, to be honest with you.
Okay, well, that's helpful for the commissioners to know as we come into our budget season. All right, thank you.
Mhm.
I will move for approval of Resolution 70216.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 702-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 703-16, resolution approving an amendment to the subaward agreement with Learning Circle Education Services for the Early Learning Student Information System, an increase of $291,000 for a total of $841,000.
Commissioners, this system draws from an array of data to support child care centers and home providers in preparing children for kindergarten by identifying common indicators and appropriate early learning metrics and outcomes. This year, the system will be made available to 38 centers and home providers. It's an expansion. And additionally, they will have a step-up to quality tracking system that will be added, in which providers can receive notices and alerts when action is needed, such as an expiration of a training certificate or steps that need to be taken to achieve levels of accreditation within that program. Again, Barb is here if you have any questions. Ask for the approval of this resolution.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 70316.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady. Resolution number 703-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks so much, Barb.
Resolution number 704-16, resolution approving an amendment to the subaward agreement with the United Way of Central Ohio for the Columbus Kids, Franklin County Kids Program, an increase of $650,000 for a total amount of $1 million.
Commissioners, this program, which was created in 2010, is a readiness initiative which provides screening for developmental delays, offers referral services, learning resources, and care coordination to at least 2,500 Franklin County children ages 2 to 5 who are enrolled in Columbus City Schools and the Southwestern School Districts. Since its inception, over 30,000 developmental screenings have taken place, with over 19,000 children identified and taking part. Pending any questions, we'd ask for the approval of this resolution.
I have one question about the identification. Once they're identified, are they referred to specialized services?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
they are. And then there are what they call, let me get this correct, checkups, where they all go back and check up and see what the progress is being made on the
Right.
diagnosis that was made by the
I
professional.
just wanted to,
Might clarify that.
Yeah.
yes. That's
yeah, because the identification is one thing,
Wonderful.
but,
what goes on from there, right?
right, thank you.
And again, they are, our developmental disabilities program, for example, would be in the loop on this with United Way. so that they could receive referrals there.
Yes, ma'am.
If they identify, for example, an autism spectrum disorder.
That's the whole principle of the program, yes,
Yes,
to catch it early and
exactly.
start
Just
taking
want it
action.
in the record.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 70416.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 704-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 705-16, resolution approving amendments to 4 contracts for Title 20 services with Hands On Central Ohio, House of Hope for Alcoholics Incorporated, the Legal Aid Society of Columbus, and Mary Haven Incorporated, an increase of $1,318,100 for a total amount of $2,095,092.48.
Commissioner, these are services that are needed by our community at large. The 4 contracts are one with Hands On Central Ohio, and that's for their information and referral service line. There's House of Hope for Alcoholics, and that's for residential treatment and services. Mary Haven, also for residential treatment and services. And then finally, with the Legal Aid Society for free legal services. Pending any questions, I'd ask for the approval of this resolution.
Absolutely. I'll move for approval of Resolution 70516.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 705-16 has been adopted.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
The Office on Aging.
Resolution number 706-16, resolution authorizing a novation agreement with Alzheimer's Disease and Related Disorders Association.
Good morning, Commissioners. Tony Carroll representing the Office on Aging. This first resolution is a novation agreement. Our local Alzheimer's Association of Central Ohio is merging with the National Alzheimer's Disease and Related Disorder Association. They will then have a new tax ID number, so we need to have a novation agreement with them. All the terms and conditions of the contract that we have with them will stay in place as they were. So we recommend approval.
I will move for approval of Resolution 70616.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 706-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 707-16, resolution authorizing a contract with Crosby's Drug Incorporated for nutritional supplements in the amount of $330,000.
Commissioners, this is a new contract for our nutritional supplements. It was competitively bid through the purchasing department, and Crosby's was the lowest and best bidder for the nutritional supplements. We have worked with them for a number of years. They are definitely in good standing, and we recommend approval.
Move for approval of Resolution 70716.
I'll second that.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 707-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 708-16, resolution authorizing a contract with Crosby's Drug Incorporated for durable medical equipment in the amount of $50,000.
Again, Commissioners, this is a new contract that was competitively bid. Crosby's was the lowest and best bidder for the few items. We don't offer a whole lot of items in the durable medical equipment category, but for that category, they were the lowest and best bidder, and we've worked with them before in this arena, so we're very pleased to offer this contract for your approval.
I'll move for approval of 70816.
Second.
Moved and second in voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 708-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 709-16, resolution authorizing a contract with Duraline Medical Products Incorporated for incontinence supplies in the amount of $900,000.
Commissioners, this is the last of these new contracts. Again, it was competitively bid. Duraline Medical Products we have worked with, again, for a number of years. They are definitely in good standing. They were the lowest and best bidder, and we recommend their approval.
Move approval of Resolution 70916.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady. Resolution number 709-16 has been adopted. Resolution number 710-16, resolution authorizing 56 contract extensions for senior options home care services in the amount of $12,250,000.
Commissioners, this is the second and final contract extension for our home care providers. We're starting to work on what we'll need to do in 2017. We are recommending 56 contracts for you. We had 11 vendors who elected not to proceed with us. Apparently, our contract is not all that profitable for some. So, oh well. So we had 11 pull out. There were 2 that we are not recommending renewal. That leaves us with 56 for the last contract extension. The original contract allowed for 1% price increase, and 19 vendors took advantage of that ability for a 1% increase.
We have a public speaker. Somebody has applied for public comment here. Elisa Stringer. Is that correct? If you could come forward here and use the microphone. Is the microphone on?
Good morning, Commissioners. My name is Lisa Stringer, and I am the owner of Seed Sowers Incorporated. We're a home health care agency. I'm here today to plead my case and request approval that my agency name be placed back on the extension list. January 27th, there was an ASR that was conducted, and on the 29th, we received a voicemail that we needed to remove a worker that had a Tier 5 conviction. On the 24th of February, we received a letter from the QI management stating that all of our clients would be removed due to non-compliance and the former worker's Tier 5 conviction. This worker had been terminated since June of 2014. On the 24th of March, we sent an email to the director requesting to discuss ameliorating the decision. On March the 25th, she denied to meet with our staff stating that the policy wouldn't be reversed on hiring felons. The worker wasn't a felon. The conviction was a misdemeanor. The Bureau of Investigations made an error, but they corrected that error with supporting documents. The worker was hired conditionally in accordance with the contract and the ORC 3701.881. There have been non-compliant issues. However, we have met those with success in accordance to the conditions of participation. Our agency and staff have received many recognitions for our performance and services from Franklin County Office on Aging. Our contract has not been terminated, and administrative requirements have not been followed. According to Condition 6, which states that the agency must demonstrate compliance prior to being released from a hold and resume service position, our agency has met those conditions. Seed Sowers has not had any serious harmful consumer complaints, have not been found negligent of any confirmed abuse or neglect, has never made any intentional choice to put any consumer at risk, have never knowingly employed anybody with a criminal record that was disqualified from employment or with informed performance defects that would jeopardize any consumer's health or safety. The interruption to the non-continuance of our contract has affected my business with hardships. I have lost dependable workers. I have had to discontinue benefits and small benefits offered to my staff. I am unable to give raises. I am unable to utilize my gift and do what I love to do, and that is to help people. In conclusion, I'm a mother of 6 with grandchildren. I have struggled to financially provide for my family. I am responsible and trustworthy. I want to work. I have overcome many barriers in my personal life, and I commit to being a positive influence in my community and my city. My Franklin County Senior Options contract has been my pathway out of poverty. To disallow resuming my contract may result to a pathway back to poverty. Thank you for listening.
We do not consider seed sowers to be in good standing, and we're not recommending them for a contract renewal. I will take this opportunity for the people in the audience and the people at home to get a little bit of an understanding about how we do monitor quality. And it's all spelled out in our conditions of participation, which each of our provider agencies must sign. We monitor all of our agencies very closely, particularly around issues having to do with the personnel, because as you know, we send personnel into people's homes, and they're people that they don't know, and they're very vulnerable. When, during this monitoring process, we find problems with an agency, the first thing we do is technical assistance. We will work with the agency around a plan of correction, provide technical assistance, monitor them a little bit more closely to see if they are on a pathway to compliance. The second thing we do, if that first initiative is not successful, is we will put an agency on hold for new referrals. We say to the agency, all right, we're going to give you another chance, but we're not going to expand your caseload because we want to see that you are going to be able to comply, particularly around items having to do with personnel qualifications. If that is not sufficient after monitoring of an agency, the last thing that we do, and it is spelled out in the contract, is we will remove clients from that agency, redistribute them to other providers. In this circumstance, I think there were about 19 folks that we redistributed to other providers because the evidence that there was compliance with the contract, particularly around our requirement as well as the state's requirement that folks with certain level of felony conviction cannot be in the homes of older adults. So once an agency has had all their clients removed, they're not considered to be in good standing, and so that's why I would not recommend them for you going forward.
Thank you, Tony. I will move for approval of Resolution 71016.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 710-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sanitary Engineer Department.
Resolution number 711-16, resolution authorizing an application to the Ohio Environmental Protection Agency and Ohio Water Development Authority Water Pollution Control Loan Fund for construction of the required upgrades to the Darby-Dale wastewater treatment plant.
Good morning, Marie Strandwitz with the Sanitary Engineer. The Darby-Dale Wastewater Treatment Plant Improvements Project is nearing final design stage. The sanitary engineer wishes to split the estimated construction costs over two funding sources, the first being the Ohio Public Works Commission and the second the Water Pollution Control Loan Fund. So we have already gone through the OPWC process, and this resolution would authorize the county administrator to sign an application for the WPCLF portion, which we estimate roughly at $2.175 million. And the source of repayment would be the Sanitary Engineering Sewer Fund. Pending additional questions, we request approval of this resolution.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 71116.
Second.
Moved and seconded voting. Commissioner Brown?
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks?
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady?
Aye.
Resolution number 711-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Marie. Human Resources.
Resolution number 712-16, resolution approving personnel actions.
Good morning, Commissioners. Rob Young, representing Human Resources. Have the following personnel actions this week. Department of Animal Care and Control, 3 resignations, 1 position change. Community Partnerships, 1 new hire. Child Support Enforcement Agency, 1 transfer within the agency, 1 cancel appointment, and 1 deceased. Department of Human Resources, 1 new hire. Department of Job and Family Services, 1 lateral class change, 2 resignations, 1 retirement, and 2 transfers within the agency. Department of Economic Development and Planning, 1 new hire, and Public Facilities Management, 1 new hire. Pending any questions, I request approval of the resolution.
Move for approval of Resolution 7/12/16.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady.
Aye.
Resolution number 712-16 has been adopted.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Thank you.
Thanks, Rob. Purchasing Department.
Resolution number 713-16, resolution approving purchases for various Franklin County agencies in the amount of $1,738,204.43.
Good morning, Commissioners. Megan Balanier, representing the Purchasing Department. The resolution before you requests your approval of 90 purchase orders. These purchase orders have been pre-certified as to the availability of funds by the County Auditor. Pending any questions, we recommend their approval.
I'll move for approval of Resolution 7/13/16.
Second.
Moved in second and voting, Commissioner Brown,
Aye.
Commissioner Brooks,
Aye.
Commissioner O'Grady. Resolution number 713-16 has been adopted.
Thank you.
Thanks, Megan. Board of Commissioners. We already did that one.
We did that.
Had a feeling we did that in briefing the other day as well. Antoine, do we have any journalizations? Okay, being that there's none, we are adjourned until next week. Have a good week, everybody.